It's a glorious day here at Cabinet Joint. I'm Justin, and in today's video, we are going to be assembling a wall appliance cabinet. These are the tools that you'll need for this assembly. Once you have all of that ready to go, we can get right into the assembly. So because this is an inset job, we'll first start off by installing our inset hardware. If you are building an overlay cabinet, you can skip this first step. But what I'm doing is using our cabinet joint inset hinge jig and going into all four corners of each opening and drilling at an angle, making sure it's at an angle to drill out the holes for our door brackets. I'm gonna go ahead and do that on both sides, and then I will install my door brackets. Once I have all of my hinge brackets in, I will begin gluing the back of my front frame, going down both of the side grooves, and then on my top and my middle divider, I'm just gonna be putting glue on the outer edge. That way glue doesn't seep inside my cabinet. But you can do both edges if that makes you feel more comfortable. So I'm putting glue on both sides, making sure I am getting that raw wood to raw wood connection. Not worrying about gluing the center groove because that's where our splines will go. Once everything's grooved, I'm gonna first begin by putting my cabinet side on, and then I'm going to put my other cabinet side. This happens to be a flush end, and I am pressing it all the way down, making sure it's a nice tight fit. And then I'm going to put a bead of glue halfway up the sliding dovetail. And the reason I'm putting it on that upper half is that as I slide down my cabinet top, it'll take that glue with it. So I am gluing all four of those sliding dovetails, and then I'm going to install my top and my center divider. With those all the way seated, you might need to use your rubber mallet, just give it a little extra influence to make sure it's all the way down. But once everything is seated correctly, I'm then going to take the wood glue and I'm going to go across the back of both the middle divider as well as the top. And then I'm gonna be going along the sides of the shoulders on the cabinet sides. I'm not gonna put it on the bottom of those shoulders because glue will not adhere well to the finished panel. But once again, that raw wood to raw wood connection, that's where the strong bond will be. So with all that glued, I'm gonna be putting on my cabinet back. Once again, using my rubber mallet to make sure everything's seated. You can tell everything is seated when you look at that joint from the top and then you see the back is touching the routed edge of the sides. Once I know everything's seated, I'm ready to start stapling, and using the scribe holes that are provided on the back of your cabinet, I'll follow that line across my back and put a staple on either end of those holes. I'll be doing this for both the top and then the middle divider. Because this is a flush end, I need to staple my cabinet back to the sides using a toenailing method. And then with the other side, because it isn't a flush end, I'm gonna be taking my cabinet joint inset jig and using the cabinet scribe line, I'll be putting my pencil there in that hole and running it all the way across. And then that will give me the perfect line to where I need to shoot staples in from my side into my cabinet back. Now that this is all stapled together, I am going to flip up the cabinet and with a wet rag, clean up all of the glue that may have seeped inside. Next, we are going to install our doors. So the first thing I'm going to do is, with the hinges already installed, I'm going to clip them onto my cabinet. Because this is inset, we need to use door stops, and then because this is a butt door, we are going to use the center line on our cabinet joint inset jig. And I'm going to just install one door for now, close it, and then lining up one side of the carrot of the jig with the edge of the door. That'll give me my center placement. And then I'm going to drill using a 3/32 drill bit on both of those holes on either side of that carrot. And then when it comes to the bottom opening, I'm going to be doing the same process, but instead of on the cabinet ceiling or bottom, I'm going to be doing it in the back of the front frame. Now I can install those stops, which should align my doors perfectly flush with the front frame. And then because I'm not installing the stops on a cabinet ceiling or a flush side of the cabinet, I need to bend them so that they're flat. And then my last step is to make final adjustments to my doors, making sure that I have a perfect 3/32 gap all around each door. And that's all there is to assembly. If you have any questions, you can reach out to your cabinet coach, or you can call us at 888-211-6482. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.